I'd like to call the meeting to order. This is Rules and Open Government Committee meeting for September 18th, 2013. Unless there are any changes to the agenda, we'll just go through in order. First item would be the September 24th council meeting agenda. Anything on page 1? Page 2 or 3. How about page 4 or 5?
Mr. Mayor, on item 3.4, the dollar amount in Part A and B should read 35 million. I think there was a version control in our corrections on the agenda.
So that's the TEFRA hearing on CC Point Academy. So 35 million in both references.
Correct.
Okay. Anything else on page 4 and 5? How about 6 and 7? Page 8 and 9. Or page 10. I have some written requests for additions. Commendation of the College of Adaptive Arts. Proclamation of September 22nd as Fall Prevention Awareness Day. Proclamation of September 22nd, 20th Active Aging Week. And then actions related to Councilmember Camus's travel to Dublin, Ireland with the Sister City delegation. And we need a either agenda language change or a sunshine waiver on the Redevelopment Successor Agency long-range property management presentation. Oh, we're adding one. That's the 2014 Administrative Budget and ROPS obligation payment schedule. Does that need a sunshine waiver?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Motion to approve the agenda with the additions and the sunshine waiver for the next.
Second.
Motion is to approve the additions and the sunshine waiver on one item. Are there any, I have no requests to speak.
I think Martha, let me just.
Martha, did you want to speak on this agenda? Yeah, we
I
just.
was just wanting to double check that you wanted to speak at this point. Yes, Mr. Mayor. She does.
Yeah, I think you're the first, so you got to turn it on, and then it'll take a second for it to kick in, so.
Turns green.
There you go.
Okay, speaking on 2.9, start over again. 2.9, stop laughing, Oliverio. B, I am absolutely opposed to spending $1.75 million on bike lanes that people do not use. In your packet, you have a letter from Sophia Mendoza, who witnessed a double amputee being struck by a bicyclist, ended up in the hospital, wheelchair destroyed, and people don't use these bike lanes. And if you don't believe me, I encourage you to stand on a downtown street where there's bike lanes, which I did today, and have a bunch of photographs, which I'll talk about later. People are not using the bike lanes, and it's just a waste of money unless you incorporate it with a approval of the Licardo bike ban.
That includes public testimony in this item. We have a motion to approve with the changes in the waiver. On the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed. That's approved. October 1st draft agenda. Anything on page 1? About 2 or 3. Page 4 or 5. Page 6 or 7. One more page, the Joint City Council Successor Agency item, North San Pedro Housing Project. Any other changes? I have no other requests for additions, or at least no written requests.
Motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
Motion is to approve the agenda. On the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unopposed? That's approved. I think we have nothing to talk about on upcoming study session agendas. There is no legislative update today. Meeting schedules. Do we have any study session dates that we're going to release or anything like that still?
I have October 18th held right now and nothing pending at the moment. That is the nearest one in the future.
Okay, so we have some time to release that if we're not going to do anything. Public record, anything committee wants to pull and discuss from the public record?
Mayor? Sorry, just on the October 18th, that's a city-county meeting?
My mistake, October 15th.
Okay, thank you.
October 15th. So October 15th is what? City, county, or is that an open date?
The city county is on October 18th. October 15th is the held study
Is it
session.
open date yet to be determined? Are there any requests to speak on the public record? Now would be the time.
Yes.
Martha O'Connell.
Okay, speaking on A, B, and C. Look, guys, you got a legally blind person, a guy in a wheelchair, and you got a bicyclist driving like a bat out of hell on Santa Clara Street. Here you got another one. You got a senior with a walker and another senior pushing a basket. I mean, this is craziness. These people are driving like maniacs. I'm going to give you an update today. I'll be presenting these photos to the Environmental Committee. Now they're driving on the street with the dog on a leash next to the bike through traffic. I took that picture today. The blue bikes that you guys have that you're renting, the latest fad is texting while biking. They're holding onto the bike with one hand, looking down at the thing that they text, whatever those things are, driving down Santa Clara Street, missing seniors, kids. You know that there's eventually somebody's gonna sue this city for a lot of money. You just had a man convicted for homicide in San Francisco for killing, I think the guy was 91, but I'm not sure. Okay, this is a serious issue, and I encourage you to support the Liccardo bike ban. And by the way, the Senior Commission didn't even know about the open meeting on the 26th. I found out about it when I got an email from Liccardo's Ada, and I'd like to thank Madison and the rest of the committee for deferring this item until next month so we can come in and make a presentation. Thank you.
Jim Piazzo.
When I entered all the all the paperwork in the agenda, I gave you guys GeoTracker. You guys got all the numbers again. We got arsenic again, lead again, zinc, TCE. You guys even know about it because again, you're even emailing each other about it. When will you guys be truthful? Again, it's going to come out. Trust me. Everything, all the paperwork will come out. I guarantee it, and the truth will come out.
That concludes public testimony on the public record.
Motion to notify?
Second.
Motion is to note and file the public record. On the motion, all in favor? Opposed? None opposed. That's done. Next category is the G categories. We have several city-sponsored event requests. The McHenry Center grand opening events for
Mayor?
the expansion. Yes.
City Attorney, reading the memo that came out from the City Attorney's office, does this event then allow council members to accept the ticket to the grand opening?
The advice, Council, the advice in the memo is that you can accept one ticket, and then the second ticket you neither need to pay for or decline.
Understood. But since Councilmember Constant is making a city event, not each council member needs to submit a memo to make it a city event.
No, that's true.
Got it.
But it still doesn't change the advice with respect to accepting the invitation.
Understood. Thank you so much. Motion approved.
All right, so we have the McHenry Center grand opening for the expansion event. We have a Shred-a-thon and e-waste collection day event. Those are the two events, so the motion is to approve both of those,
Yes,
I
correct.
believe. Yes, it is. On the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed. That's approved. Item G4 is a request to agendize a presentation of the Cortex Phase 2 report regarding the retirement boards.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve, and the request is to refer this to staff to figure out a time to do that when Cortex can be available to present their report and other things as well, so we don't have a date specific unless staff has already come up with a date.
No, not yet, Mr. Mayor.
Okay? So the motion is to refer that staff and figure out a time to do it, hopefully in October. On the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed. That's approved. Next item, G5, is North San Jose Traffic Impact Incentive Program change. I've requested this be done, agendized for September 24th. I realize that probably not possible to have all the work done, all the ordinance work and everything done by September 24th, so I would anticipate we would just give council direction. That would be the important action to take in terms of the development opportunities in North San Jose, so that we don't have the city attorney's office trying to get everything done by then. So that would be my recommendation, is that we just acknowledge it's not all going to be done.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion is to approve. On the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed. That's approved. Item 6 is a waiver of revolving door restriction request from Josue Garcia. We have a memorandum from the city clerk. Mr. Garcia is here to speak. One of the things that occurred to me in reading through the memorandum from the clerk is it may be possible, with consultation with our city attorney, to figure out what the job description is. It was kind of broad. It may be possible that depending upon the job description, there is no waiver required, and we at least ought to have Mr. Garcia have an opportunity to talk to the city attorney to figure that out before we have to make a decision on a waiver. Anything to add?
No.
Okay. Mr. Garcia, do you want to speak?
Good afternoon, member and council members. Thank you. I spoke to the city attorney, and she advised me to put a waiver request. And for a couple of reasons, the current employment that I have, I work for the Northern California Fire Sprinklers Compliance Group, and we have to connect with fire departments throughout the Bay Area with the different cities, especially the big cities such as Oakland, San Francisco, and San Jose. And I need to be connected with the department heads, and because they also, the training departments come to our training center to get up to code on building codes and fire departments. In addition to it, I'm working I'm trying to help some workers get their wages back, and in many occasions require me to go all the way to city council or the mayor's office. It's not yet in this city yet, but in other cities I'm doing that. I'm going all the way to the mayor or city council members. Also, working with the community, I'm trying to bring resources to the different organizations, and one of them is within the city of San Jose, to the gang task force. I'm trying to bring some money to the group so we can save some kids from going in the wrong direction, and many other things. I'm helping the community, and all these things that I do, most of the times, 99.99% of the time, I do things for free. But it's just for me to help the community and to work with the community, and I want to do it here in San Jose. I represent, with this organization, I have to work with 101 cities in the Bay Area. But I love this city, and I want to do it here. And I hope you can approve it, and so they can go to city council, to the full council, and hopefully it will even be on the under the consent calendar. I will say, just to finish up, that I don't have much to go. I have 1 year, and I wasn't even that long here in the city. So if you can please approve it, it will be great. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'd like to have the city attorney look at the job description issue. I could not support a blanket waiver to allow staffers to come back and engage in lobbying activities, which a blanket waiver would do. But at seems to me that, based on what I've seen of the job description, it may be that Mr. Garcia could modify his duties or restrict his duties so he didn't have to lobby in San Jose for a period of time until the time limit expires. And I'd like to see the city attorney can figure out how to craft that in a way that we don't have to do a waiver, because the whole reason for the revolving door is so people don't come work here and then come back as lobbyists immediately thereafter. And so I would just suggest we refer this to the city attorney to talk about that job description issue and see if there's something that could be managed through that.
Motion to do so?
Second.
Motion is to refer it to the city attorney. Okay, on the motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed. That's what we'll do. That concludes the meeting except for the open forum. Anybody want to speak in the open forum? I think you've got maybe one card left there. City clerk? That open forum? No, already done? Okay, we have no request to speak on the open forum. We're done. We're adjourned.